All right, y'all. All right. Let's see.
DatPiff.com world premiere. I've been smoking on the gas, hocus pocus on the gas. I've been snorkeling in the cash, buying Kroger's with the
okay. Let me give people some time. I was a short announcement. It was short, you know, they didn't have no planning for this shit. So let me give people time to get in here. What's up, Miss Murphy? Nick Hill, Love Melanin, Black Soldier. Sister Perkins in the house. Cousin. What's up, Ravishing Rebel? Let me give people time to get in here, y'all. Okay, let me share the link, put it out here. What is up, Shanice, Tony, Cynthia? What is up? We about to get it in a little bit, y'all. I ain't gonna do too much. We went in last night for a while. I ain't gonna do too much. Let me turn this down. Turn this down. Man. Anubis says she's not even sub to my channel and got a notification. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. What's up, Brandon? Shermone, Courtney, what is up? Man, we gonna get it in a little bit, y'all. DeTristan, what's up? We gonna get it in. Evie in the house. We have 51 people watching right now. Again, I didn't give time for people to be ready. So, you know, we're going to get in and talk about some shit. What's up, Candy Queen? Now, listen, y'all. The one huge thing I'm noticing about Black people and their excitement and enthusiasm about the movie Black Panther, as far as dressing up in African garb, feeling empowered, feeling proud, all that shit is cool, right? All that shit is cool, but it ain't real life shit. I'll explain. It's one thing to look at this movie and just like stuff, like point like, ooh, ooh. It's one thing to be like that about a movie. It's another thing to actually be inspired by concepts in a movie. If you're not inspired by the concepts of the movie, if you only watch the movie to put on some clothes and do some extra shit, or just to say, well, the movie was great, it touched you, it inspired you. Well, how did it inspire you? Because if you look at the movie, it ain't one mention of Jesus in the entire movie, not even a mention of God in particular. Not a mention of either one. But Black people watching it and just oohing and eyeing and wanting to put on African garb, but not really taking in these concepts. How is that? Everybody talking about Wakanda. They want to go to Wakanda. They want all this shit about Wakanda. But I think really it's more of a visual thing. Really, it can't be about you being inspired by what is actually going on. If you saw these as African people, the traditions that African people had was more of a spiritual system. Point blank, plain and simple. You will see them drift off into their spiritual plane in the movie where they're talking to their dead ancestors, and they refer to getting strength from the ancestors in the movie. Black folk went to watch Black Panther the first weekend it came out and was sitting their ass in church come Sunday. That's what Black people are still doing out here. Early, it was maybe it was yesterday. yesterday, I want to say that Billy Graham passed away. All right. And Billy Graham is so influential here in the South and here in North Carolina that Billy Graham has a library, a highway. There's Billy Graham Parkway here, right here in Charlotte. Billy Graham passed away, right? I saw this posted up on the Shade Room, and some of y'all saw my post. Like, I didn't give a fuck whether I didn't know he wasn't already dead. That's how much I didn't give a fuck, right? Black people on this post defending Billy Graham, as per them being Christian, talking about all the great deeds of Billy Graham. When they're not looking at back in the 60s, he spoke out against black people doing sit-ins, marches. He spoke out against that. I think he does have a cameo with Martin Luther King when he was a young boy. But like Billy Graham, religion has, trapped our mind up so bad that we have to still celebrate the lives of our oppressors no matter what. That's what Christianity does for you. You don't went and watch Black Panther. You live in a Wakanda life, Team Wakanda, but you're not looking at the traditions of African peoples historically. Because you're still over here riding for a white man. Billy Graham, black people in there talking about how great of a man he was and all this shit. This motherfucker wasn't down for your people. They sit here and call him America's pastor. Shit's not real, yo. And that shit bothers me that black people are, talking about how great and how powerful, how impactful this movie is, but it ain't making you put down that motherfucking bullshit ass Bible you holding on to. I'm playing the game the other day. I'm online playing the game, right? And we on there and we start having a religious debate. I'm in a chat and we're having a religious debate. We was trying to let everybody say their piece about religion. One of my homeboys, Real, on there. He talked about how he ain't religious and all this shit. And I told the guys on there, no, I'm not religious either. I don't fuck with none of this shit. I don't believe there is a God the way that you perceive a God, right? This dude, a black dude on there, goes ham. Going full-blown ham about the goodness of God and the goodness of Jesus and what all Jesus done for his life, trying to say that, y'all crazy, y'all believe in this and all this shit. And this is the mentality of most black people if you talk to them about their religion. But what about Wakanda? What about you putting on African garb? All this fake shit y'all out here doing, but you're not tapping into your African roots. You got even most of these black folk out here that won't even claim that they African. They ain't even come from there around there like that. But everybody on some Team Wakanda shit right now. This shit is hypocritical to me. If you're going to watch something and learn, if you're going to watch something and learn about it and learn from it, then change too. Don't just watch it and let it be some shit you just sitting there watching for 2 hours and you get up in your African clothes and take your ass back home and go right back to fucking cooning. Because at that point, you've done this for no fucking reason. You watched it for no fucking reason. They were a successful, prosperous, although coonish nation, still successful and prosperous without Jesus, as well as your African ancestors, as well as even your Native American ancestors, who were still black people, spiritual systems. This is what they had. The white man came in and ruled you with religion. I tell this guy this shit on the game the other night, right? I talked to him about how the white man used religion as a weapon. There was a reason he was running around killing everybody, forcing them to believe in even his own. I'm not going to sit and act like they didn't kill white folk too. They didn't give a fuck who they were killing. They wanted one uniform religion. To graft this concept of God on people, on their own people. By the time they were getting black folk from Africa, moving them over here. By the time they was over here enslaving the African Americans, or not the African Americans, but the Native Americans that was already here, they were forcing this religion on the people, even though we had our own spiritual systems. You look at places like Haiti even. They had their own spiritual systems. We didn't need white Jesus. Now, the fact of the matter is, I'm talking to this brother on the line, online the other night. He makes it to where, we needed religion. He said without religion, people would just be running amok out here. Ain't nobody been running amok but the white man. He's the motherfucker that's been running amok the entire time. He also created religion and continued to run amok. So what you mean? You're saying that, without this religious denomination, without this religious Bible, without these religious beliefs, that we would not have any wherewithal as to how to conduct ourselves. This is what I'm being told by a black man who was fired up about the Lord, fired up about Jesus. You know how Christians get sometimes. Fired the fuck up about Jesus. But this is what, but y'all going to watch this Black Panther. It's inspiring your life, but you aren't picking up any of their spiritual systems of your ancestors and having power through that. You still need white Jesus or some form of Jesus, even a black Jesus. This is what the fuck y'all black folk out here doing as you're claiming that Black Panther was just, you know, life-changing for you. How? Is my question to black people. What did you pick up from that? What images did you pick up? What mentalities did you pick up from this movie that you're supposed to be bringing into real life now? What did you pick up? Y'all still went to church that very Sunday. Y'all was in church. So what did you pick up? You're still continuing to ignore history, your people's history. You're still continuing to ignore that as you pray to a white man. As you still hail the Bible as some real shit to you. What's up, Ashley? I'm going to get to some of y'all's comments tonight. Last night I was going ham too much. And I didn't get to y'all's comments till late. But I don't, it's killing me that people are doing this shit. Cynthia says you were talking to a slave, obviously. Well, that makes most black people slaves then, because Christianity has run them up. Especially here in America, Christianity has run a full-blown muck. That makes most black people slaves. Period. Vern Hayes says everybody think they eating plantation foods and worshiping Jesus in Wakanda. Right. Like, what the fuck did you pick up from that? What are y'all gaining from Black Panther other than fake putting on African clothing or African garb and going to the movie? Other than this fake shit y'all did. What are you actually gaining from this? It's my question to black folk. I'm talking to the boy online. I asked him about goddamn King James. He don't know nothing about King James. That don't even matter to him. There was a reason we were taking from Africa, brought here as slave, and Christianity was forced on us. There was a reason. There was divinity in that. You'll hear this. You'll hear this ideology through Christians. They'll do that. But I'm needing for black folk to understand that you can't be everything at one time. You just can't. What's up, Zulu Nation? Isaiah the King says King James was black. LeBron? Who the fuck you talking about? You must be talking about LeBron. You got to be talking about LeBron. What King James you talking about? Jasmine Madu says, who sent the memo to wear African attire to the movie? It was just something black folk wanted to do. They've been waiting. Black folk been waiting. They've been watching white folk dress up like Harry Potter and them. Been watching the white folk dress up like Star Wars and them, Lord of the Rings and them, you know. Black folk been waiting on a chance to come out here and do some shit like that. But see, the thing about white folk is they will go to watch these movies in whatever, you know, whatever kind of outfits and costumes they want to put on. Once they leave the movie theater, they go right back to practicing racism and white supremacy, whether covertly or overtly. One of the two ways they'll be practicing, or just ignoring it, or whatever they're doing. They're going to go right back to being on code. The thing about black folk is it'll look like they're unified with all this Black Panther hysteria going on right now, but in reality, we still sleep. It's just a movie. It's just some costumes. It's actually disrespectful to, really, it's disrespectful to African peoples. It's actually really disrespectful because black folk ain't serious about this shit. It's a game to them. It was just a costume for black folk. That's all it was. A costume, a disguise. That's what it was, to make it look like they was about this pride, this African pride shit. But then you have motherfuckers out here defending Billy Graham. Then you got motherfuckers out here defending Jesus, the Bible. You got people out here defending this shit. So you'd have to come to the assumption that clearly this shit ain't real. Black folk just doing shit, just wanting to do something. They just want to do something. Gina Regina says, you talk about King James, they want to fight. You'd be surprised how many black people think he was a spiritual being. LOL, seriously. It's because they don't know. And they haven't taken the time out to say or to find out about who he was and who Constantine was as well. Who Ptolemy the First was. Like, these things don't interest black people. These things mean nothing to black people. I would think that if you're basing your life on a book, then the person who put this book together, the person who wrote this book, I would think that their lives would be significant or would be important even. That would matter to you. That would matter, but it doesn't seem to matter to black people. Doesn't seem to matter. Miss Yum Yum, what up? Mad love to everybody that watched my review last night. I've been getting a lot of good positive feedback off of the review I did of the movie yesterday. People were saying it was entertaining, it was cool, they was laughing, it was funny to them and everything. And so mad love to anybody who not only watched but shared it and put it out there or whatever. So just mad love to y'all, yo. Mad love. I really appreciate the feedback. Of course, you're gonna have some motherfuckers hating, you know, talking shit. But that's just how motherfuckers are. Right. Ashley, you're exactly right. We believe anything white people say. That's what I'm talking to. When I was talking to the brother online, I'm like, bro, do you know, you don't even know who King James is. Like you just talking about how, you know, Jesus is real, God is real, and Jesus coming back. And you know that for a fact. I mean, he was yelling and shit. He was very fired up about Jesus. I said, now imagine if black folk acted like that about the protection of the integrity of their blackness. Like, imagine if black people got as fired up as they do for trying to prove the existence of Jesus by quoting scripture out of a fucking book. Imagine if they got that fired up for protecting their intellectual property or their intellectual history of them being black. Imagine that. If they had that same ferocity about the Black Panther Party and what they did and who they were, not allowing anybody to disrespect the Black Panther. The media, other black people, white people, don't allow it to fucking happen. These are sacred ancestors of ours, and I'll be damned. Black people got Jesus as a sacred ancestor of theirs, and they allow disrespect to come among any of the black people that have really died for us to be where we are right now. You can disrespect the fuck out of them in front of black folk. They won't really have much to say. Let me get this white motherfucker's face off my goddamn Billy Graham. Get the fuck out of here, man. If you're not following me on Instagram, look down in the description box. Follow your boy on Instagram. But, it should be like that, but that's not how it is. It shouldn't be anybody that can come out of their fucking mouth about anybody that was down for black liberation and schooling black people on what's going on out here trying to wake black people up. But those people can be disrespected in front of black folk. But Jesus, oh no, you better not disrespect Jesus. And as a matter of fact, a motherfucker may say, well, let me get away from you. You're going to get struck by lightning. You know, this bullshit that at least they said it in black folk neighborhoods. At least when I was coming up, motherfucker, you're going to get struck by lightning. I ain't fucking with you. Right? For Jesus, this is what they'll say. This is the attitude they'll have. They'll condemn you. But they don't have that same type of ferocity for themselves. For you. You don't have it. It doesn't make any sense. They talk about Jesus like this dude is, sitting there eating with him every night or, going to the game with him, Act like they just hanging out with this dude, and all they can do is refer to a Bible. You don't need to refer to a Bible to see what your ancestors did. It's history. I asked this dude when I was playing the game the other night. I also asked him, well, why? How do you explain the fact that they can find mummies that are old as fuck? They can find mummies, find artifacts, find bones, dinosaurs, and all this shit. They find all types of shit, but they still ain't found nothing, no bones of all these characters that's in the Bible. This motherfucker didn't want to deal with that at all. That was something that just, you know, didn't want to deal with that in any type of way. God is allowing the subjugation of the people. It's like God that is going on right now. Jesus and God, because it's two. They say they're two different motherfuckers. So you got Jesus and God, two people watching the subjugation and all-out slaughter of people on a pretty much daily basis. Dude says, well, that's just, that's how it is. That's how life is. But he said he don't believe in race. He don't believe and identify with that black and white type of shit. Nothing's black and white. We're all human, is what he said. I said, oh, okay. Because he told me I focus on it too much. Okay. I said, well, I wouldn't have to focus on it so much if this wasn't the history, if this wasn't the reality I was born into. I'm going to tell you what some black people like to do to you. They'll try to shame you for talking about racial issues, like it's your fault that the shit even is real. The fact that you don't want to talk about it and you don't want to identify with it just means you're a fucking coward and you're willing to tuck your head and wait on your God to come save you, your Jesus, your Messiah to come back to save you from somewhere, right? Which would be exactly what the white man wants you to do. Wait around, right? But for me talking about it, I talk about it too much because I be on the game going in. Like when I tell y'all, like, I don't know how people do their real lives. I don't know how people conduct themselves in real life. But I'm out here and I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm about that life. So these motherfuckers that play with me on the game, they hear me be about that life. They start talking about racial issues or topics that come up. Well, I'm going to be about that life on the game. I'm not out here fucking faking this shit. I'm not doing this shit for y'all. This is how I live my life. So you're going to say, you focus on it too much. I'm going to say, well, it ain't my fucking fault. This is the reality of what's going on out here. But black people will shame you for even talking about this shit. Like it's your fault that racism and white supremacy is going on 24/7, 365. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing told people that. It's happening all day, every day. Constantly. That's not my fucking fault. Just because I talk about it doesn't mean it's my fault. But it's the same guy who said that Jesus is his motherfucking savior. Very interesting. People don't want you to have a conversation like that. Very interesting. Couldn't tell me nothing about where the bones at of the people that was in the Bible. None of this stuff. None of this happens. They found what they think is the first human being. Y'all remember they found Lucy. You telling me they found Lucy? They've digging up all these people and they can't find Moses, Mary, Joseph, Paul, Elijah, Jesus himself, but they'll justify Jesus. They say, well, he was in a tomb and he rose. I'm like, okay, niggas, like it's just when? Since when? So you can say that about everybody they can't find. He was in a tomb and he rose up, so his body ain't, it ain't down here. Okay. Well, what about all the other motherfuckers then? Where are their bodies at? Oh, have faith? Okay. Say no more. I say no more, right? But black folk out here Black Panthering it the fuck up right now, but ain't picking up shit. Faking. It's an insult to African peoples, really. It's really an insult to African peoples. I didn't go in there like that at all. But it's an insult to African peoples. Because black folk out here faking this shit. doing shit for show. We like to do shit like that, doing fake shit for show. Black folk really not about that life that they acting like they're about. This shit's fake. I don't see a mass awakening going on from black people watching Black Panther. Not saying that some people aren't, would be waking up if that movie was able to. Because if you went in there and you wasn't woke, that movie ain't the one that's going to wake you anyway. So I guess that you may be excited about the imagery, but if you went in there asleep, you were snoozing when you came about that bitch too. That's just the bottom line of it. You were snoozing because you had some people that was mad that people was even breaking this shit down. Like, why y'all even talking about this shit? Why y'all even mentioning shit? Y'all turn this shit into something negative. Like, no, clearly you can't see. Both your eyes closed. So it really takes actually a certain amount of courage to even come out here and try to tell black people, well, this is what's going on. This is what it is. Even if you looking at it and you can't see it, I don't care. I'm going to tell you anyway. Until you stop fucking ignoring what's blatantly happening right here in front of your face. I'm going to say it to you anyway. Regardless of if you don't like it, if you're mad about it, I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to say it to you. That takes courage. That takes courage. No matter how much shit people talk to us, you too conscious, you fucking hoteps, you all people, your own people slander you constantly. It takes courage to keep doing this shit. To not give a fuck. You sleep, motherfucker, I'm going to shake you woke. And if you don't like it, get the fuck off my channel, get the fuck off my page. Point blank, plain and simple. If the truth bothers you so much, then there's something wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm not angry. I'm not negative. The truth bothers you. You view it as that. So what's wrong with you? How did you get to be like that? I can bet money you can trace that shit right back to Jesus Christ. The way you look at the truth, the way you view reality and what's going on in the history, I can trace it right back to your mama reading you fucking Bible stories from when you was a child and forcing you to go to church. I promise you I can. Because the truth was not what you was raised on. You was raised on bullshit. So it's your perception that's fucked up. Now, I'm not negative. People that make videos, they ain't negative. They trying to tell your motherfucking ass what's going on. Because they care about you. And these are people you call negative. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But you can see me trying to educate, or anybody that's making these videos trying to educate, you can see that happening. But you'll attack me and defend a Jesus who you've only heard stories about. You don't know nothing about Jesus outside of a story. But this is the person you ride for. This is the person you ride with. And I'm the one that's negative. For telling you how fake it is that y'all Christian folk run around here acting like y'all on some African shit and y'all ain't even picked up the spiritual system. Now, since then, what I can say is since then, Africa was colonized. Christianity's over there running amok. The white man read all around, sent his missionaries all over the place to colonize people per religion. That's what he did. So it's done work this way into the continent of Africa. A lot of Christians over there right now. But even them, they fucking sleep. And they're the most sleep, if you ask me, because they actually they in the would-be, what they all call the motherland. They're there. They have the history they could trace back right there, and they still will be on some Christian shit. It's sick. There's some sick shit going on. It's some sick shit going on. Cynthia says, I don't even understand how black people are okay with their God looking the same as their oppressor. Because black people, we don't frame stuff. We just take it in. We ain't really putting shit into context, because you would see how the person that would invent religion, you would see how they would try to work it out like that. You would understand the images. But I don't even like black people making them black. So it's just, to me, either way, it's on some bullshit. But black folk we don't got no pride in who we are. So it allows us to have other races be our saviors. that allows that mentality to be real. That allows it. Wait, let me catch up with some of y'all's comments. It's like some of y'all are drifting off the path. I'm going to open it up to random conversation, but save those random ass questions for in a little bit here, because I'm not going to be on long tonight. But just save the random questions for in a little bit, because y'all getting off the path. Shining Star says Jesus is a man of color, woolly hair. I guess woolly hair. That's wrong. The Bible never speaks about the texture of Jesus's hair. It actually said that Jesus's hair is white like wool. And if you ever see wool, wool is white. So it never speaks that his texture is of wool. It says that his hair is white like wool. That's what it says directly. But I mean, I guess you can easily. I mean, he's Egyptian or not Egyptian. If the story is happening over there in Africa, I'm going to just use to say Africa. This is where the story is taking place. You can, of course, assume that his hair was that of black people's. But if you actually read the Bible directly, then you'll see it says hair white like wool. And even your pastor will get that shit wrong. So it is what it is. Right. It's a lot of fairy tales. That's what I told her brother when I was going back and forth with him on a game. I'm like, man, Jesus ain't nothing but a grown-up version of goddamn Santa Claus. You be good, you get special gifts. You get to go to a special place. If you be bad, you get to go to a fucked up place. That just is what it is. Right. Shimon says that what people don't get is that the Bible is not a history book. I mean, you can't tell a Christian that. You can't tell no black Christian that the Bible ain't no goddamn history book. That's blasphemy to them. And the devil sent you to tell them that. That's how these motherfuckers are. The devil sent you to tell them that. That's what they'll say. It's a straight up history book. Even though the white man is finding bones and shit they dating back millions of years, billions of years, and the Bible says the earth is about 2,500 years old. These motherfuckers come out here with the religion and then finding artifacts and shit that debunks their own religion, and black people still like, well, yeah, don't question God. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It doesn't make any sense. And what I would say is that you'll very rarely find a religious person that isn't influenced per their religion in some type of way that's detrimental to how they view life. It won't happen. They can't disconnect their whatever they believe in. They will apply that to how they view the world overall, how they view people, how they view forgiveness, apathy, how they view death, what happens when people die. Everything is based on, even their hardships, their turmoil. They'll use religion in every aspect of their lives, their relationship. You hear somebody say, well, I want a God-fearing man. So what women are saying when they say that is, I want a man who fears the white man, because the white man is God to black people. The white man is God to black folk. Because if it ain't you, it's them. I mean, the white man is God. So if you want a God-fearing man, you want a man who is scared of other white men. Men say they want a God-fearing woman. Well, you want a woman that's scared of the white man. That's what you want. They're asking for it, actually. You know. They'll say shit like that. I would want a woman who fears nothing. Absolutely nothing. Don't fear anything. Because fear is a state of mind that's low frequency. That's what it is. I don't want nobody that fears anything. Because fear causes a problem. It's a lower level vibration that causes a problem. But y'all asking for God fearing. This is who y'all want to be with. Okay. Okay. Isaiah the King says, bruh, ask yourself where all religion come from. I don't have to really ask myself that. I know where our religion came from, or would be religion. I don't like calling it religion, though. I know where all spirituality came from. I'll say that, and I'll say that came from from Africa. I'll say that, but I'm not tying our religion on Africa. I won't do that. I can't fully do that. I'm not saying that you can't believe that, but I'm not. I am not. Jessica J talking about she's scared of spiders. Even though you're a billion times bigger than a spider, you can kill it in a step. You scared of that. I think the fear is you scared of getting bit by a spider. I don't think you're really scared of a spider. You scared of what a spider can do to you. That's more so what people people's fears be in. Motherfuckers say, I'm scared of bees. No, you're not. You're scared of getting stung. You're not really scared of bees. You're scared of the potential of the damage that can be done by that bee. That's what you're afraid of. The pain associated with that bee, you see. The same thing you'll be, motherfuckers about they're scared of snakes. Not really. You're not really scared of them. You're scared of the image that the snake has, it maybe possibly biting you. You know, y'all not really scared of shit. You scared of the outcome of what fucking with shit is. And that can keep you safe. There's a certain amount of, I wouldn't even call it fear. I just call it, well, I can't beat them in a hand-to-hand combat. I can't wrestle them down, so I'm going to stay out of their fucking way. I don't call that really fear. That's like a motherfucker like, man, I'm scared of lions. Like, motherfucker, how many times you got to deal with lions in life? Nigga? Like, what you mean you scared of lions? Like, I think one of my kids one time, they told me, God, I forget which one of it was, but they told me they were scared of, it was, God damn, what was it? Scared of tigers? I'm like, you ain't even never been around a tiger. Like, how you scared of something you ain't never been around before? Like, just say you gonna stay away from where they at because you don't want to be where they at the same time because you can't beat them hand to hand. You can't kill them with your bare hands. But you know, it's like, man. Conscious and Crazy said, fuck that, I'm scared of snakes. No, you're really not. You're really not. I mean, if you want to say it, you want to claim it, you can. I mean, I can't stop you from claiming it. But you really not. Isaiah the King talking about they should be. I'm not teaching my kids to fear anything. I'm not teaching them that. Especially an American kid fearing tigers. Like, when are you going to come in contact with them? I would tell them, if you go to India, though, you may want to look alive. All right, be ready. But having my kids be scared of stuff, I'm not really about that life. Scared of impractical things in particular. I'm not really about that fear life. I teach them, don't fear. You don't be scared of nothing unless I'm mad at you. I'm disappointed in you. Or your mom's mad at you. You do something to disappoint your parents. Let that be your fear. Put that up here. All right? If you're super scared of tigers, goddamn it, mom and daddy should be right up there with them. I don't give a fuck. Fuck spiders and snakes and shit, goddamn it. I'm gonna fuck you up. Out here fucking around. But one thing that black people will do is push our religion and push our fear onto other people. You know, even when you don't believe in religion, people want to start pushing the fear of hell on you to try to get you in. You know what I'm saying? Like, to try to get you into the mindset that they're in. They use fear. It's a tactic. That's what they do. That's what they do. Y'all talking about Mad Max. I don't know what Jasmine Sullivan. Y'all in here all over the place. Oh, y'all talking about Jasmine Sullivan's song. I remember that song. That was a great song too. Right. Jude the Fourth says religious people be the most contradicting people. Most definitely. But that's what you have to think about this. Because they are. But you have to think about logically why they are. They're following a book that's full of contradictions. You open up that damn Bible, you read through that motherfucker, you have contradictions all over the place. So it makes sense that if you take that into your spirit from young, well, you're going to be full of contradictions. It's what you're going to have. I mean, that's what you are bred on. It's what you were raised on. So you're going to be full of contradictions. Straight up. Y'all can start with y'all random questions now. I'll let y'all go on this fake Wakanda love that black people are out here acting like they got right now. It's bullshit. What I'll say in closing, I'm gonna go back to this towards the end of when I'm about to get off. But if you are really about this Wakanda shit, if you really inspired by Wakanda, then you need to be getting and tapping into put down Jesus, put down the Bible, quit giving your money to the fucking pastor, quit doing all this shit because the pastor ain't even doing shit for black folk either. Quit doing all of that and get in touch with the spiritual systems and connecting with people. That's what it's about. That's most definitely what it's about. But y'all can go ahead and start with y'all's questions. Let me take a damn breath. I have seen Mad Max. I saw both of them, actually. I saw the old one and the weirder new one. I saw both of them. I did see Chris Rock's special, Tambourine. I did see that. I advised black people to check him out. I think he did a really good job with that special and kept it all the way G. I respected that shit. I meant to post about it on Instagram. Actually, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Or hell, I might do it later on the day. But y'all, that Tambourine was cool. It was cool as fuck and funny. And he dropped some real jewels on there. He dropped some real jewels on that shit. JAKA2K says, I seen some so-called woke Negroes saying we ain't black, I'm part British. I'm like what the fuck? Why are you going to claim you're a rapist? That's all we know. Hell, black folk claim they're American. That's all we know sometimes, you know what I'm saying? That's all they know. They say stuff like that, it just doesn't make any sense. You can't be part British. I mean, I'm not saying you can't be part British, but I'll say this. You black still, but you got British accent. That's all it is to it. Like you sip tea in the middle of the fucking day and shit like that. You do shit like that. It doesn't mean that you know, your Britishness need to be brought to the forefront. Because that's not what's really going on. That's not what's going on. For Women Compassion Center says, did you know that the vibranium is actually iridium and the mountains of it in Haiti and white people are mining, plus it's worth 45 billion per ton. I did not know that. I did not know that. I know they were stealing some stuff from Africa that they're using to make cell phones. And there was a white man that is a multi-billion-dollar overseer of, I forget the name of the shit that they make. They use it carbon something. I could be getting it wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. They use it to make cell phones and put in cell phones. I know there was up on that in Africa. They're doing that in real life. And a white man runs that. I did know that. What's up, Jay? What's going on, Dylan? Cynthia, are you asking me this question or are you posing it to the chat? You said what caused you to walk away from Christianity? Are you talking to me or are you talking to people? Cotan, thank you for Women Compassion Center. It says it's Cotan and they have babies minding it because they don't give a fuck. Oh, you're asking me what caused me to walk away from Christianity? Okay. Well, a number of things. I don't think I can't really put it on one thing that caused me to walk away from Christianity. It was a number of things that, just kept compiling and building up, because initially the shit don't make sense to you anyway. That's typical. You hear that a lot. It doesn't make any sense. And then I had the church folk around me acting so non-church like. Most people, they'll just deal with that. They'll say, well, everybody ain't perfect. They say Christians get to do anything. Well, we not perfect. I can repent. They get to fall back on this bullshit that they're using all the time. Once you find out the interminglings of what's going on in the church, some people will be like, well, I'll just take myself out of the church. That's what I did at that point. I did that. So it was a gradual thing. This shit don't make no sense. My grandma looks pretty serious about it. She's convinced that it's real. She's praying for me all the time. My mom, the same thing. My family, the same thing. But this church shit is some bullshit. So I was able to get out of that part of it first. And I will maintain that I didn't go to church, but I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I just left the church shit behind. Because in the Bible, it'll justify, well, the church is wherever you fellowship with people at. You don't have to really be in this building that y'all think y'all got to go to every Sunday. It's not really even that. Actually, it's about you fellowshipping with people who have the same mindset as you. The same thing that this is something religious actually does that conscious people should do is fellowship with people that got the same mindset as you. That should be your church. At least once a week, you should be talking to people that share your same mindset, that you can bounce ideas off each other, get some of this stress of you not being able to talk to anybody else about this, but somebody who thinks like you. That's something that conscious people should be doing too. So I left that shit alone because wouldn't nobody answer my questions, but I left that alone because my grandma said, just have faith anyway. Don't matter if you don't understand it. This is God's word. He works in mysterious ways. That basic logic. And my grandma seemed pretty serious about it. So I left the church alone first because there was bullshit going on in the church. And once I got out of my mama's house, she couldn't make me go no more. Because I didn't like, even as a Christian, I didn't like going to fucking church. I didn't like the shit. It was funny, but I didn't like going. If I could choose not to go, I would have been asleep every Sunday morning. So I was, she ain't making me go no more. So then once I get to college and shit like this, you start meeting different kinds of people and stuff like that. I start asking some more questions. And some of the things in the Bible didn't make sense to me. And that's what made me turn away from it. Because I start looking at God as this perfect, omniscient being that would have created everything, who is better than me. And then I started questioning, all sins being equal in the Bible. I'm like, what the fuck? This don't make no damn sense. All sins are the same. That doesn't make any sense to me. And how are you judging people the same and send them to the same hell? Like, it's not like there's levels to hell. There's one. And that shit really start fucking with me. And then after I got to this point, I'm like, God, there's some bullshit. What that'll do is it'll allow you to go study other things. It'll allow you to go do some research on other things. Most Black people won't go do research on other things because they believe that is demonic in itself. To even go seek knowledge is demonic in itself. That's the devil using you if you're going to get knowledge. They teach you that it's right there in the Bible, and the pastor name will teach you the same shit. Let me go find out who the fuck King James is. Let me go see what the fuck he did with his life and what was going on with him. So that's what caused me to Once I saw what type shit he was on, Constantine was on, listened to some speakers speak about religion, did some research on what they were saying. Black people, another thing that black people won't do is you'll have black scholars trying to put you up on game, put you up on where religion even came from, and black people ain't trying to hear them. We ain't trying to listen to our own people. But I actually did. I opened myself up to listening to other people, doing some research, and I came to a very logical conclusion that Christianity is some bullshit. And I see how it had affected the mind of our people and what it's done to people. I see it. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't make any fucking sense to me. All sins are created equal. You are God. You are perfect. You are merciful. You are all this shit. But all sins are equal. Like, that don't even make sense. And that's fucked up. People are allowed to suffer just because, like, even though in your Bible it says that you protect children, you still don't. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You're supposed to protect children and fools. That's what the motherfucking, that's what it says right there in the Bible. TLB RBG says, Rob, did you see the CNN town hall meeting regarding the Florida shooting? It's funny that this didn't occur when Trayvon was murdered and other innocent, unarmed black people. No, it's not. It's not even odd. It's not even necessarily funny. It's actually, they control the media. So if they control the media, you're not going to see nothing about Trayvon on town hall. Or nothing. You're not going to give me coverage or no shit like that. But you know, white folk going to ride for their own. They control they control the media. They control everything. So it's just, that's what it's going to be like. These black rich people are out here trying to establish a media outlet. You'll have, I think, people will argue that Puff Daddy has this Revolt TV, but he doesn't use that for specifically for black empowerment or putting the truth as to what's going on with black people out here in the world. We don't have that going on. And it allows these media outlets to show whatever the fuck they want. But of course they're gonna have a town meeting about that. And actually, they still not gonna change their goddamn gun laws. Now they're actually suggesting that teachers carry guns. That's what they're suggesting now. The teachers carry guns. That's what they're doing. That's what the plan is now. The teachers should carry the heat in there with them. Sweet T says, I only went to church for the violets and other church candies. Well, damn. That's what's up. I imagine you went to church because your mama made your ass. Act like you had a choice. You had to find something good about it like I did. Vacation Bible School was the shit. Cookies and juice and snacks at the end. After I listened to him talk about, you know, some story. I didn't have no choice. I didn't have any fucking choice then to go to church. There was no choice in my mom's house. And communion Sundays was cool when they used to give you that Welch's grape juice, have you perform this sick ass ceremony in church where you practicing basically symbolic of cannibalism, if you ask me, but you're eating the body of Christ and drinking his blood. But the juice was good in the motherfucker. Can't lie. And I used to grab a couple of them little. They used to try to make me only get one. Sometimes I try to sneak. My mama didn't want looking. I try to get me like two of them bitches. Them crackers and shit was good as fucking church, man. But it's a sick ass ceremony. The human form of a man and you eating his body and drinking his blood. Who do you believe would come up with something like that? Like, what people would be attached to something that sick? Drinking blood and eating body. Like, who is that? I mean, it's just, no. Russell Westbrook talking about church women are freaky. It's just that they can give you that pussy and ask the Lord for forgiveness. That's all it is. They ain't no more freaky than nobody else. Them spiritual, them what they call them spiritual girls, them be the freaks, cuz. Truth be told, y'all sleep. Them ones that's in the yoga and shit and meditation. About that life, cuz. About that life. I promise you I ain't bullshitting. I promise you. What's going on, David? Cynthia G says witchcraft and voodoo are not the same. Black people are okay with white witchcraft, but afraid of black voodoo. That's because the white man told us black voodoo was the devil. And actually, the Bible even says all forms of witchcraft is supposed to be on some demonic shit. The Bible even says that. I was actually having a conversation with my mom about the would-be voodoo and how the Bible creates this image of what voodoo is and how it's all of it just kind of is chunked in. It's demonic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Christians believe. Even black Christians, they believe that it's demonic, even though that's a part of your spiritual system. So the white man is then conditioned you so deeply that you won't do any amount of research on your history and where you came from, even if you don't want to believe in it, even if you don't want to practice it, to call it demonic just because that's the image that the white man put out here, it doesn't make any sense, especially considering we're trusting him with the information about our people and we know he a liar. We know it. That's odd to me that they do that shit. My mama said that shit the devil right now. My mama will say that that's just the devil right now. Whoa, freak, whoa. Freaky hoes. Y'all talking about freaky hoes now? What in the world is going on? What in the world is going on? Y'all saying spiritual girls is freaky hoes? No, that's just, we can't do that. No, that ain't right. That's not right. I knew chicks that would get a train ran on them on Saturday and go praise the Lord on Sunday. That's what they was doing. That's what they was doing. That's what was going on. Praising the Lord. Sweet Tea says at this point, Christians been trolling us for thousands of years, most definitely. And actually, they're not even really Christians. Like, they're not really Christians. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy mindfuck part of it is they're not really Christians. They're not living by the codes of their Jesus Christ because the religion is not built on, really, it's not built on God. It's built on the life of Jesus. Christians. It's built on the principles and concepts of Jesus. Living life like he lived life. Honestly, that's what a Christian's supposed to be. Them motherfuckers ain't no goddamn Christians. These white folk ain't no goddamn Christians. Kazuya Renjoku. I could be fucking your name up, but your shouldn't be like this. Goddamn, you need to have a goddamn nickname. But Rob, if you text a chick and she keep you on read, do you reply again or do you wait till she does? What's being on read? Like you don't. Well, if you text a chick and she don't text you back, why are you texting her again? That ain't that ain't real shit. That's not real shit. I wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do it because at that point you starting a borderline stalker chick. You can't do shit like that. Straight up. Oh, the message says red. My phone don't do that. Y'all must be Team iPhone. Team iPhone fucking the game up for a lot of y'all. I think it'll tell you when somebody done read your shit. Android don't do that. So I don't know. That Team iPhone fucking y'all up. Sweet T says, try to get a Christian to think critically, to analyze their Bible and Jesus archetype. They ain't want to hear any of it. At this point, it's a cult. It's been a cult. Again, they drinking blood and eating bodies at church. Oh, Cynthia said the Galaxy tells her when somebody read their text. My phone don't do that. So I don't know. I won't say that. I'll say my phone don't do it. I don't want to. I don't give. I wouldn't. Somebody say you can set your Android phone up to tell you whether somebody read it. It's not that deep to me. It's not that deep to me. I don't even want to know if when they read it. That's just too much. See, that's somebody you probably just don't know how to. No, it ain't that I'm dumb as fuck. It's just I wouldn't do that even if I could. I don't want to do that. I mean, it ain't that pressing for me. It is not that pressing for me. And if a motherfucker texts me and I don't text him back and they run up on me like, why the fuck ain't you? Then that person's dismissed anyway. Because clearly shit's too real. It can't be that serious. But I just don't right, Biggs. That's what I'm talking about. Big Benjamin says, I just don't care. Holler when you holler. Holler when we holler. That's it. See you when I see you. Talk to you when I talk to you, you know. I don't know, but I'm not interested in stalking people to find out when they read my text messages. It's not that deep to me at all. Never been that deep for me. Not once. I assume if my shit don't bounce back and say it didn't send, then it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's sent through, I've done my part. I don't give a fuck after that. But that's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to play nobody that are concerned when people read their messages. It is what it is. Big Holly says, thoughts on Islam. My thoughts on Islam are the exact same as my thoughts on Christianity. The only difference is it wasn't a white man that was putting the Islam on the slaves. It was the Arabs, or the would-be Arabs, that was forcing Islam on the slaves. Either way, none of those are African spiritual systems. They're religions. So I feel the same. It's the same shit. I see more Christianity here in America. So I talk about it more, and because I was actually a part of that. But Islam, no different. Still passed on to you, a slave, by your oppressor. That's still what happened. Lisa W says, when is not being serious too dangerous? When is not being serious too dangerous? I don't understand the question. Could you rephrase it for me? When is not being serious too dangerous? I don't know what you mean. Y'all always ask me what I think about a group of people that I don't think about. But Firestorm Nuclear says, what do you think about African Jews? Nothing. Like, not one fucking thing. The Jewish religion is just another religion. And if you're African and you decide to pick up this religion that makes you an African Jew, I think nothing of them at all. You know, like they still out here falling for some bullshit. Jay Powell says, you still believe in the Illuminati, Rob? I do. I actually do, but the name Illuminati, I think, is what people get strung up on and hung up on. So I try to disassociate myself from that name. I'll say there's people in positions of power that be out here controlling shit from a really sick, diabolical, maniacal, insidious perspective. And they're willing to do anything to keep the money within the circle. I do believe in that, most definitely. They still are paying off black people to sell out the team. What's up, Felicia? What is up, Rat Radio? What's up? What is OC? I'm going to say OCE 12. I don't know whether that's a name or what. What is your favorite? What is your favorite woman body part? What the fuck? Y'all know what I'm going to have to say. I really don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? My favorite woman body part would have to be pussy. I have no choice. By default, I think there should be some type of ranking system here. But if I'm chosen and if I'm being forced to pick one, I'm going to say the pussy. So that's my vote for favorite. For favorite one. If I have to just pick one, you know. Dylan said he titty. Tierra Smith says, are you vegan, Rob? No, ma'am, I'm not vegan. I respect all that are, but I'm not no vegan. Jeremiah Miller says, Rob, what do people mean when they say they believe in a higher power? I think they're trying to disassociate themselves with the biblical God, almost like when people say they believe in a supreme being. They're trying to disassociate themselves from the biblical God, but they do believe there is a mastermind behind what goes on out here or where they came from, creation. I think people want to hang the higher power and supreme being. They want to hang that on where we came from and who created us, who created the earth, who created the marvels of the earth and all the animals and everything like that. So I think that they're doing that when they say higher power. That's what I think they're trying to do with that. The real Aaron Collins says, Rob, as far as Black Panther is concerned, wouldn't you agree that it at least shows us the royalty we truly are and not as thugs, gangsters, and hoes? Yeah, I said that. I said that when I talked about it yesterday. Maybe you don't understand what the word imagery means, but I respected the imagery of Black Panther. That's all encompassing us being displayed as royalty, us running our own nations, us being in touch with our spiritual system. I respected all of that. I respected the imagery of Black Panther. The concepts, though, the subliminal messages and shit like that, I didn't fuck with that part. And that made up for a lot of it. Appreciate you, man duders. Appreciate you, man. Mad love to you, man. Said he respect the review I did on Black Panther. Mad love to you. Jasmine Madu says, Erica Badu said, most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear is just the same. Actually, she said they fear us just the same. That's what makes it deep. What she's saying there is that we are God. They scared of us. They don't believe in God, but we God, and they scared of us. Or she was even referring to herself as a god, referring to us as gods. That's what Erykah Badu was doing, and I respect that. Because the intellects don't believe in God. The intellects don't believe in religion. That's why they're able to commit these acts of savagery all the goddamn. They don't believe in this shit. They'll say it, get you to believe in it, so you'll sit down and you'll be chill and you'll be forgiving, and all for you is for you. It's for poor people. I think it was Napoleon Bonaparte, I forget his name, and maybe Bonaparte, but this is a white man that said religion was only here to keep poor people in check, basically. Religion is here to keep poor people from murdering the rich. That's it. The rich motherfuckers don't believe in no God, no Jesus. No. No. Black Lion says, Rob, some people on YouTube think the Black Panther started a new movement of Black consciousness. What are your thoughts on the matter? Well, it's basically the premise of this video is dealing with that being some bullshit. Because again, you can't, ain't no new consciousness going to be opened up with Black people still going to church, reading the Bible, getting on their knees and praying to God, praying to Jesus. Like, it's not real. Like, it's not real shit. Now, we'll see how it carries over. You know how you'll be able to test Black folk? We have some holidays coming up here soon. You'll be able to test the consciousness of Black folk. You won't even have to ask me what I think about that, because I think it's bullshit, but you'll be able to see. Black folk about to do St. Patrick's Day and Easter. Easter, huge, big on Easter. Watch how Black folk act. That'll tell you what Black Panther really did for Black folk. That's going to tell you, that's going to show everyone what Black Panther did for Black folk when Easter comes. St. Patrick's Day going to show you a little bit. They're going to show you all these Negroes running around in green like that shit fucking matters, like they should be honoring anything that would be Irish when Irish people don't honor anything African. But fine, I don't even want to get onto a tangent about that. But Easter going to tell you even more. They're going to double down. They're going to double down on Easter and be their motherfucking ass at church. And they're going to look for some goddamn eggs. That's what they're going to do on Easter. They're going to show you what age of consciousness is coming. You'll see it. You're going to see. You going to see. Hey. Isaiah the King says, I've seen big changes. One thing that I've seen from, I guess, the would-be changes in Black folk is that they are acting like they own some Wakanda shit. That's not a big change. The movie just came out last week. Lasting effects is how you see change. A moment, a wave, that's not change. That's a moment. That's a wave. You will be able to see change as it rolls. That's how you know when change is being, whether people are actually changing or not. You'll be able to see the effects of that change on down the line after 1 month, after 2 months. So we still, trying to liberate our minds, or we just talking about the Black Panther from Wakanda? We're going to do some research on these brothers here on my screen, and we're going to get some knowledge about the real Black Panthers, or we're going to identify more with the real Black Panthers. Are we going to do that? Because to me, that's big changes. Not just all people doing it, all hell Killmonger. That's not no big change to me. That's not enough. That's not enough for me. But I'll be out here reporting it. I'll be doing that. I'll be reporting it. Y'all wow, talking about y'all gonna eat them. Y'all gonna eat the eggs and shit. Dylan says, Rob, you already know white people gonna be dressed up as Black Panther for Halloween. Should we be pre-outraged or not give a fuck? Not give a fuck. They have every reason to dress up like Black Panther. If you see white people dressed up like Killmonger, then maybe be a little bit, I'd be blown away. First of all, I'll be blown away. But them dressing as Black Panther is very logical because look at what Black Panther was in the movie. Why wouldn't they dress like somebody who wanted to stop Black liberation, who actually did stop Black liberation? Why would they not dress up like him? And then we should not give not one piece of a fuck if they dress like Black Panther, because our kids been dressing like Spider-Man for years. It wasn't no liberating black thing. It was just a Marvel movie. Our kids been Batman, Superman. They've been every goddamn thing. Let white folk run around and be Black Panther because he looked out for them anyway. Let him do it. Let him go ahead and do it. Black people should see, if you see white folk and during Halloween with Black Panther shit on, chalk it up. Chalk it up. Last year, it was them dressed up as goddamn slave masters while their dumbass, coon ass, fuck boy or fuck a girl ass friend was letting them tie nooses and shit around their goddamn neck and walk around like they are being, walk around like they slaves. So you have people that was doing that last year. This year, they may do Black Panther. And it is what it is. As Tarte, I'm fucking it up. I know it, and I'm sorry. Jones, not knowing they are celebrating the fertility of Ishtar. Black folk don't care nothing about worshiping fertility guys at all, because black folk always fucking anyway. So I don't think it bothers us to be worshiping no fertility guys. That's what we into anyway. Fuck it. That's all it is. We don't care nothing about that. What's going on, Rashard? What is up? Cameron Clay says, man, Disney gave us some attention and these coons act like they just got paid reparations. Exactly. That's how they acting. I even motherfuckers going ham on me on my video. I talked about it. I'm just like, why y'all, like, don't be mad. You making it negative. Y'all hoteps. Like, man, y'all hoteps out here. Get the fuck out of here, man. Isaiah says, you must admit the kids definitely needed that imagery. I know a lot of kin. I think you meant kids. And I know a lot of kids started digging in them history books. I'm already doing that at home. So I didn't need the movie to do that for me personally. But if that's what the effect that it's having on people, then that's cool. That's what's up. I already talked to my kids about how they portray a certain image of black people on TV and how poisonous it is and how untrue it is. They know it's not. It's some bullshit. They know it's some bullshit. But the imagery is cool. If it helps people out, then that's what's up. That is what the fuck is up. If they did that for you, then I fuck with that. D says, do you think Black Panther, the movie, put the one in California in a bad light? Do you? What you mean the one? You mean Killmonger? You need to know his name. D-San, D. If you're talking about Killmonger, then you need to know his name. Is that who you're talking about? I guess the enemy of the Black Panther in the movie? Or are you talking about California? Did they show California in a bad light? Clarify that for me. But you need to know Killmonger's name. Okay, you talking about Killmonger? Yeah, of course. You must have didn't watch my review last night. We talked about this last night, but of course they put Killmonger in a negative light, and they did it for a reason. They did that for a reason. It was very purposeful that they put him in a negative light and had him be defeated, have his mission be defeated, and have him be killed at the end. That was very purposeful. Michael B. Jordan is the guy who played Killmonger. Michael B. Jordan. The real Aaron Khan says, did you see the episode of TMZ where they were interviewing Jamie Foxx and Taye Diggs about white women? I did not see that. I wouldn't watch something like that. I wouldn't watch something like that. Oh, he's talking about the actual Black Panther part. Y'all need to clarify your goddamn questions, man. Y'all see how fast this shit coming to me? I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, D-Sign. I'll go back and read your question again and deal with it. You wasn't talking about Killmonger. You said, do you think the Black Panther, the movie, put the one in California, which you should have just said, do you think Black Panther, the movie, put the Black Panther Party in a bad light? I don't think they put the Black Panther Party in a bad light per se, but Killmonger's, a lot of his mentalities were that of the original Black Panthers. I don't think they put him in a negative light per se, but the character that mimicked some of the ideas of the Black Panther Party, they completely demonized him. That's what they did do. I don't think it shows the Black Panther Party in a negative light, though. I don't think they did that with it. It's showing that spirit, the spirit of the Black Panther, the spirit of defending yourself. That was what was shown in a negative light. That was shown in most definitely in a negative light. My bad for misinterpreting your question, though. But be clearer when y'all asking me these questions because they come in fast. I shouldn't have to go back a lot of times. I have to ask y'all, what do you mean? Like, y'all got time to type, take your time, get it out. Like, make sure you help a brother out. Y'all, Ramone says, Rob, how do you feel about the black men claiming to like how black women had natural hair, but not like natural hair in real life? I can't speak to that. Y'all, I can't speak fully to that because the accusation is that black men don't like natural hair. That's the accusation. I'm a black man. I love natural hair. I can't speak to you saying, well, here's black men saying they like something, but they don't in real life. I think black men love y'all so fucking much, they don't have time to argue with you about your fucking weave all the time. So they choose to just whatever. That's what black men choose to do because they love you. So you want to wear weave, you want to wear natural, they don't really be, you know what I'm saying? It's not that they don't like natural. Really, a lot of them don't like it. A lot of them are on that weave life. But I know a lot of men, they don't got time to be arguing about this shit, especially they been with their girl and they decided they wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Their girl been wearing weave, but they decided they wanted to go, or they liked natural. They're more into that natural look. Ain't nobody got time to be arguing all day. Ain't nobody got time for that. I think that what black women should do is see that. And if you care about what black men think, because most women that wear weave will just say, well, I don't give a fuck what black men saying about weave. They shouldn't be commenting on female hair. But then you'll get a question like what you're asking me as to, well, they basically don't really mean it. Well, y'all don't care what black men talking about anyway. So either you care about what black men are saying or you don't care about black men are saying. That's the y'all gonna have to decide what side of this coin you're gonna be on. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Every man has their preference, but most people just be like, nah. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting around fighting all the time. But black men, they ain't want to fight. So, if they fuck with you, they fuck with you. They're going to do whatever. They can have their preferences. But that's almost like, you might say something like, black women may want to do with a whole lot of fucking money. But the fact that he don't got a whole lot of money don't mean they ain't going to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? That's how dudes do this weave shit a lot of times. That doesn't mean that they not going to fuck with black women. That just means they may have this preference. They may like this more, but they ain't trying to sit around fighting about it either. So I can understand that. I can understand that. Pulled Up Reality TV says, as much pride as we black people had for this movie, the majority still won't support black businesses. I said this on my review I did. I had a guy come in and tell me I was bullshitting. He said this is the one time he disagreed with me. He said most time I agree with you, but he disagreed with this. I didn't understand. I didn't understand it. Like, black folk are not in droves. I made sure that I said in droves. It ain't like black people don't support black businesses sparingly. You know what I'm saying? But making a black business a millionaire business or $1 million business is not something that black people doing like that. Typically, not in large number. Brother say he disagree with me. But I feel you. Again, this is just some symbolic shit. This is symbolic shit that, you know, we just out here riding this wave right now. That's all. That is all it is to it. Right. Black Lion know what it is. Black Lion said the only real black woman in the movie was killed. I'm thinking you talking about Killmonger's the girl he was fucking with. Or it was perceived he was fucking with. He did kiss her in the fucking mouth. I mean, it's pretty deep. BB's drawing says they probably like loose curls. They don't like kinky hair. That's again, I just feel like y'all be slamming the image or slamming the opinions of black men. Y'all be trying to go ham, man. I fucks with it all. I fucks with it all. Somebody want to block. Who is we? Who is Russell? Y'all said somebody need to block Russell. Nubian Knight says we've all fallen for the white man's self-hate programs. Weaves is not an issue. The mind is the key. I disagree. I have to disagree with you there. But if you watch my shit, then I'm sure you would know that I disagree. I do think that the mind is the key. But if we look into movies like Black Panther for imagery, why do we have to look to movies like that for imagery when we should be seeing this imagery and seeing black and proud people out here in real life? That's what makes it important. That's what makes it matter. You know what I'm saying? To me, anyway. We looking at this shit on the screen. Well, let's see a lot of it out here in real life. And I am seeing a lot of women, you know, being natural out here in real life. And I like that shit. I love it. I love it. My daughters get to see it. I like that. I love that. Jude the Fourth says Shaka Zulu thoughts in his TV show. I haven't seen the show Shaka Zulu. I haven't seen that show, so I know that Shaka Zulu was a warrior. He had a warrior spirit, and I respect that already. That's before I even see the show. Shaka Zulu was free on YouTube. I didn't know nothing about it, so don't, you know, I didn't know. I don't sit around on YouTube watching shit all day. I had no idea about Shaka Zulu. I respect not really as far as the movies or whatever. I haven't seen it on Netflix. I didn't know it was on Netflix. I didn't see the movie. I know a little bit of the history, so that's what I know. That's what I do know. I'll check it out though. I mean, y'all acting like it's some heavy shit. I know the you know, some of the would be the history of Shaka Zulu, but I'll check it out. Most definitely. I didn't know it was on Netflix. I did not know it was on Netflix. The Adventures of Adventures of Truck Driving Diva. That's an interesting name. You got a lot of people who wear natural, fake as hell, wearing locks, and natural nowadays are a fashion statement opposed to representing team your heritage. I used to do hair for 17 years. Most definitely. Most definitely. I believe that. A lot of people just doing it. I mean, I've met a lot of natural women that are full-blown coons. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like that's not real, but it's a matter of imagery still to me. You know what I'm saying? When your little girl look out to the world and see a group of natural black women, she don't know that they coons. She don't know. All she see is women being proud of themselves, feeling beautiful as natural. She don't know nothing about them being coons or being fake. Your kids don't know nothing about that. So it's the imagery that's important. Same way y'all talking about taking y'all kids to see this movie for the imagery. Even though Wakanda, there was a lot of coons running around that motherfucker. But y'all said the imagery is what matters. So that's what I'm being told, and I mean I can respect that. But it's the same thing for real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if all black women walk around with blonde weave on and they don't feel beautiful until they're putting in this long, dumbass, straight blonde weave and shit, then well, what are the little girls gonna think? If mama don't feel pretty till she got weave, well, what's probably gonna pass down to that little girl? Or if all a little girl sees is black women running around with weaves and goddamn relaxers and shit, what the little girl gonna think? You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of imagery to me. And I'm not saying every chick with weave is a full-blown coon, but I know when it comes to the weave, they a little touchy on it. They real touched about it. So, you know, to me, imagery is important. It's important. But that's just me. Most people that wear weave disagree with me, and that's understandably that they would do so. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I got kids. I have daughters. So, you know, to me, it's important. To me, it's important that they see people with confidence, flair, just that vibrance to them while they're natural and not with 4 or 5 layers of makeup on. I think that's important. Just like it's important for young brothers to see dudes that are neat, smart, hear dudes that are smart, and just see the image of what it is to be a black man. Because, you know, you see a lot of fuck boys out here running around, purple hair, pants, draws showing, skinny jeans on. Like, y'all act like imagery isn't important. To me, everything is. All this stuff is important for our kids, man. All this stuff's important to me. If that stuff is important per black man, then shit, we a team. We are a team. Andre Toppin says, right, but if we ain't paying for it, who cares? It's their hair. Although I would prefer for sisters to be natural, it's goddess natural, to wear their goddess natural hair. I mean, you're saying who cares? I'm telling you, I do. Like, you cannot, and that's your business. I got daughters, bro. I care. So you don't have to, and I don't knock anybody who don't. But I know that a lot of the root of this weave is that women feel more beautiful with the weave in. That's, to me, that matters, man. I mean, again, it ain't gotta matter to nobody else. It don't have to matter to nobody else. But man, a lot of them wear that weave because they don't have a lot of confidence in themselves without it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I do. OCE 12 says, do you like sister locks? I love sister locks. I love sister locks. But I'm a fan of locks. But with sister locks, they are expensive. If you get them done officially, they're expensive. But a woman who gets them, they're able to do more styling to it. So they're able to do more with it. You know what I'm saying? I think it looks dope, man. I love them. I love them. And here we go. Now the conversation is all about weave. Okay, let's do this for a little bit. I'm gonna get the fuck off here. For Women Compassion Center says we shouldn't go in on women who wear weaves instead of their natural hair because majority of the time women with natural hair can't get employment and some children are being kicked out of school. Okay. I don't think going in is saying that the image that we portray is important to our children. The fact that that's looked at as going in or saying, well, there's a reason you're not wearing that weave for no goddamn employment. I know too many black women for that to be the crutch that's now being used is, oh, well, it's for a job. I see you in weave at the put on your wig to go to the grocery store. That ain't got shit to do with a job. Put on your wig to go to the fucking club. That has nothing to do with a job. Put on weave to go to church. Has nothing to do with the job. If it was all about job, weave would be worn from 9 to 5 or wigs or whatever. And even then, maybe the weekends, they take them off on vacations. People go on vacations wearing weave. So to use now the excuse is, oh, well, we can't be natural because we won't get a job over it. That you can use that. I fucks with it. Cool. But that's not, I can't fully fuck with that. I can't fully see that because I've been around black women all my life. I've been around black women all my life and they're not wearing it just for no damn jobs. That to me, that's wrong to say that. And I don't think going in, I don't think saying, well, you look beautiful with the hair that comes out of your head. That's not going in. Somebody may see it as going in, but it's not. It's a matter of an opinion. That's an opinion that I have. I don't think that's going in. Takesha Strozier says, I wear my real hair and fake hair. There was a time I was out of control with the weave. I can admit that. And it was killing my hair. Much respect to you. Much respect. Because that's you acknowledging that you was in this position and now you doing a combination of both and you may break all the way free from wearing weave, but at least you can admit that. Most of these women out here won't even admit it. They'll act like you just talking completely, like you just talking crazy, like nothing you saying is real. I can respect that. I really appreciate that from you. I appreciate the comment. Be real. Like, come on. I've been seeing a lot of men get weave and shit now, especially they bald headed. A lot of these bald guys, they're getting hair put in. I've been seeing some videos on Instagram. I'm like, how the fuck these barbers is working goddamn warlocks now? They can't even call barbers goddamn barbers no more. These motherfuckers are warlocks, wizards. That's what these barbers are becoming. Because they'll take the dude with all his shit fucked up and they'll come back with hair. You can't even tell it ain't they fucking hair. I don't know what these dudes doing. I don't know what they doing. But these barbers are goddamn warlocks now. For a while, it was the hairdressers that was working this goddamn black magic. Because my mama was a hairdresser. I was around all life. Working black magic. That's what these that's what my mama did. Or is doing still right now. Black magic. But now these barbers is turning to goddamn warlocks. Because men getting beards drawn in and, you know, lace beards and fucking hair pieces and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bruh? What is going on out here? You know your shit's goddamn leaving you. Go and cut it off and let it go. Just let it go if you gotta let it go. But they getting weave and everything now. Men too. It's just like, god damn. These barbers, boy, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers are turning into goddamn warlocks and wizards, man. If you see some of these videos I see on Instagram that be showing these dudes that got the fuck, you know how motherfuckers got a little bit of hair around here? These motherfuckers will come back with waves, full spinning waves. Full spinning, edge up, crispy than a motherfucker. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Man. Yara Monet says, Rob, do you think Black Panther created a divide between African American and Africans? Not one that's different than the one that was already there. Nothing more different than what was already present. There was already a divide there. Because we have been easily divided thus far. It didn't do anything different. It's still the same situation. We need to start communicating with our African brothers and sisters, and they need to open up the lines of communication to us. You know, they have preconceived notions about us. We have preconceived notions about them, but we should be having these open dialogues. We should be communicating, you know, dispelling some of the fucking rumors, all this anger that happens between us. That should stop. But that was present before the movie even came out. I think some I even read some articles where Africans were insulted that black folk was wearing African garb, but they know they're not about that life. Hell, they laughed at Africans in my school. They wore some shit like that. They got laughed out. So Africans knowing what they went through in this country with black folk, and then you got black folk just putting on garb, faking and shit like that. That was an insult to a lot of them. That was an insult. You know what I'm saying? That was an insult. And I don't see why I would take it the same way. Like, what you're not about this life. You was calling me an African booty scratcher. You're not about that. You laugh at how dark-skinned some of the people are that come from that. You not about this really. You see what I'm saying? So I can see how there were African people that took it as like, okay, what the fuck y'all doing? But one thing Africans don't do though, one thing they won't do is when they wear the would-be urban black attire, they don't look at that like, well, technically, that's kind of our culture. That's kind of us. They won't give us no credit for it at all, which bothers me. You know what I'm saying? I've had conversations with these motherfuckers. That bothers me. Well, if a dashiki is your culture, then you over here with snapbacks and goddamn J's and got a little sag going, you know what I'm saying, wearing, you know, looking urban, that's us. So what you saying? And all you said about black people was that we was lazy, dumb, stupid. That's what y'all been saying about black folk. So it's just, again, that's been a present, that was a pre-existing condition before the movie even came out. That was happening before. That's what's up, BB Drawings. That is what's up. Says, nah, I'm going to that job interview with my fro. And that's what's up. I see a lot of women working in corporate America that have natural hair. I don't know that that's a rule that you have to get weaved to go into corporate America, but I live here in Charlotte. You go downtown, a lot of those women got natural hair down there working in these big ass, dumbass buildings. You got to get in elevators to go up. It's happening. It's happening. And the more that we embrace it, the more they get used to seeing it. And that stigma, or that's, even if that is a reality, it goes away by us having pride in ourselves. We keep always wanting to bend to their rules. And I think that's where we, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we fuck up at. We don't have to bend to them. We ain't got to bend to their rules all the time. What's going on, John Brown? Coco Knox says black women have natural hair in most commercials. It's I'm liking seeing that. I really am. I'm liking seeing that. Candy Girl says that's an excuse. I've always had natural hair in corporate America. I mean, I see it a lot around here. So again, I see what people are trying to say, but I just can't fully agree with it, because I talk to natural women that have great jobs and they, you know, they rock their natural. It is what it is. They may get a blowout every once in a while. You know, a lot of them try to stay away from the blowouts because it can cause a lot of heat damage, especially considering on your curl pattern. But a lot of them, they'll get blowouts, sometimes get their little ends clipped and rock that for a little while. But then as long as it's neat, you know, it just, you know. S. Wiseman, much respect. Like, much respect to you. Says, I wear my natural 4C hair to work at a law firm. I dare HR to say anything. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to be. You doing your job, what they gonna say? Jasmine Madu says, I used to go into interviews with a wig on, but not anymore. It's my wraps or my fro. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. Fuck them. You got the goddamn credentials to do the job, the resume to do the job. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like that. That's what we need to do. Put the motherfuckers in a position where this is how black folk look. You want to have them in your establishments? This is how we look. Our shit's neat. You got your white ass hair falling out all goddamn day, falling all over the fucking place. If you can do that and it still be okay, then goddamn it, we can rock our shit too. Cynthia claims, that's what Cynthia claims. Cynthia says, again, if you live in a predominantly black place, that's cool. But here, white women are the hiring managers and they just won't hire you. I'll take your word for that. I don't know that to be true. Most places are predominantly white places, though. So I don't know, I don't know about that. But I understand if that's the situation you're in, you're surrounded by white folk, and you think that's how they want you. Because the thing that I feel like is, how y'all know? How y'all know that's how they want you? Y'all assume they want you like that, and y'all go in there prepared for them to want you like that. But I don't know if that's, I don't know that to be true. But I'll take your word. I mean, we kind of assume that's how they want us in there, so we don't even take the chance. You know what I'm saying? I think that happens a lot too. D-Son D says, so why do you think that the white-owned media pushes the IR relationships and almost demonize black love? Because you just said it. You asked the question where you answered your own question in the question. To demonize black love. That's the whole purpose of it. Images are important. Black people don't believe images are important a lot of time, but representation images are important. White folk know that. This is why you'll have these interracial relationships all on TV like that. It's important. There's an agenda. That's what they want to happen. That's what they want. They know that black folk with white folk equals weak black person. Typically, that's what it is. That's a black person that is weak because they're with somebody white. So there's a good chance they ain't got to worry about no revolution coming from him. They ain't got to worry about him or her. They ain't got to worry about them. That's what it is. It's to destroy that, demonize that black love, that black family structure. That's what it's for. That is what it's for. Right. Y'all know, some of y'all see the game that's being played. Some of y'all see the game that's being played with these white folk out here. They're using images to promote certain ideas, certain concepts, to normalize certain things to our children. Mostly it's for the kids, but it's also for grown folk too. It's mostly for the young, susceptible mind of a child. Sad thing is that most grown black people have the young, susceptible mind still of a goddamn child too. A lot of us think because we got jobs and we, mentally, Wait. Cynthia says white people would have died out a long time ago if it wasn't for interracial relationships. That's what she said. I don't think that, I don't know about that, but that's what she said. Sweet tea, I like that. I like that. You come into work with those super light struggle strands. Let my melanin be on fleek. I fucks with that. I like that. That's what's up. That is what is up. I like that. Cynthia says interracial relationships create more white people. I can agree to that. I don't think they would have died out by now. I think they may have less numbers, but to completely die off, I don't think they would have died off. Because they still, what the Moors fucked around and did was gave them the education, gave them that knowledge. That was prior to them fucking them. They gave them too much information. They gave them too much information. Cynthia is saying, look at the history of whitening populations. I already know about it. I don't got to look at it. I got it. I know about it. But to say that white people would just be non-existent right now, I can't say that's real. That's all I'm saying. It may be less of them, but to completely be wiped off the face of the earth, if it wasn't for interracial relationships, I can't fully agree with that. The Moors is going ham, man. Oh, man. The Moors was going ham over there. Right, Ram Radio, they did. They bit the damn hand and feed him, but they was fucking him too, man. The mulattoes. They was fucking them too. And the mulattoes, most of them mulattoes, they'll fuck around and goddamn be with a white person too. A lot of them do that. A lot of them do that. Cynthia says, look at the white countries that don't do IR dating, like in America. They have so many diseases, they can't really procreate like that. I mean, okay. Again, I respect that. I respect it. I respect it, but white folk are constantly finding ways to cure their diseases. They're constantly finding ways to cure their disease. That's what the scientists are dedicated to, you know, they're dedicated to curing their diseases constantly. But most of these motherfucking mulattoes, they do fuck with white folk. But then black folk, they like mixed people like that too. I don't, you know, specifically, I had a couple of homeboys when I was in college, they didn't want nothing but mixed girls. That's it. They didn't want nothing but mixed girls. That is all they wanted. I didn't understand it. That's all they wanted. Candy Girl asking me, Rob, what do I like to do for fun? Man, chill. Chill. I'm a cool, laid back, introverted, homebody ass motherfucker. I like chilling, having conversation, laughing, thinking about stuff that most people don't be thinking about and stuff like that. Just having conversations like that, intellectual banter. I like that. That's my version of fun. I play the game sometime too. Some of y'all already know. Y'all watch that too. I play the game. I shoot some hoops. You know, spending time with my kids. You know, just regular stuff like that. I'm not into a whole lot of shit. I'm not into a whole lot of shit. I be chilling. Oh, what you say, Rent Radio? I do. Some kiss of death said, Rob, do you have a nice stereo system in my... I got a truck, actually. He said, Rob, do you have a nice stereo system in your truck? I do. I do. It's straight. I'll say it straight. I just got two 12s, nothing too crazy. But if I turn that bitch up, it bumps. It bumps. It bumps. But y'all, I'm about to get the fuck off here, man. I'm about to get the fuck off here. I just wanted to come in here and do this. Y'all know I'm going to upload this shit to my main channel. If you're not following me on Instagram, look in the description box. Follow me on Instagram. Y'all hit the thumbs up on the video. Share the video. Share the video. Put the word out. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what it is. Man, love to y'all for spending this time with me. I'm going to put the part where we're talking about religion. I'm going to put that up. I'll leave the rest of what the questionnaire and everything we did. I'm not going to put that on my main channel. I'm just going to take out the part we talked about the religious aspect of Black Panther and the hypocriticalness. Like, black folk, what you doing? What do you mean you being inspired by this movie, but you still going to church, you still praying to white Jesus, you still worshiping the Bible? Like, how can you do this shit? How can you possibly do this shit? That'll be the question, all right? But mad love, y'all. I will see y'all next time. I'm out.